Hello scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back today using the May 2019 kits from Clique Kits. Here you can see I'm showing off the Amy Tangerine watercolors, and this was their color add-on for the month. And I have really loved playing with these watercolors this month. I've only used them a couple of times, and already I can tell that this is going to be a lot of fun to add into my collection and into my stash and to just use forever and ever. Well, I mean, as long as they last, right? But the one thing that I really love about this watercolor set is it comes with the brush that you can see that I'm using right now. It's a water brush, so you put water in the actual brush, and then all you have to do is just squeeze it, and the water comes out and adds water to your colors. It makes it really nice and easy to do watercoloring. They also have a pen and a pencil and then a little air sprayer thing, which I was kind of thinking I was going to try for this layout, but when I saw this floral background paper, I just really loved it, and so I wanted to give it a try. I'm not sure how I love it on this layout, but I think I'm gonna stick with it. I really do love the florals, and the reason I picked the photos that I did was because of all the colors. This was 2 Easter photos of my kids and then one of their cousins. They had done an Easter egg hunt outside at their grandma's house, and this was afterwards when they had all of their eggs and they put them all on the floor, and they were going through them and putting them in their own little bowls that grandma had given them. So here you can see I'm just kind of going around this background paper and coloring in each of the flowers in a few different clusters. I'm not going to do every single flower on this layout because that would take way too long, but I am going to do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clusters it looks like. And here you can see I started off with kind of like a pinky red color, and then now I'm going to more of a purpley pink color, and then I'm going to do a blue and green for the leaves, and then yellow for the middle pollen parts of the flower. So I'm going to fast forward just a little bit, and I will show you what it looks like when it's all done. Okay, now here you can see I'm just finishing up a few of these leaves, and I think the last color I used was a very light blue. And so now I'm just going to set my watercolors aside, and I'm going to pull out my photos again, and then I'm going to bring out some scrap pieces of paper from the kit, and I'm going to start matting the photos. So what I've been trying to do a lot more lately is using up scraps, and I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to scrapbooking and matting my photos. So if I don't do a full mat around my photos, you can kind of hear a collective gasp because that's kind of like, what is she doing? This is not how she works. So here you can see I'm purposefully creating these right angles and not doing like a full-blown mat around my photos, and I'm kind of like stressing about it as I'm doing it, but I'm loving it at the same time. So it's kind of different for me, but it was a lot of fun, and I really love how the layering came out on these photos. Okay, now you can see that I have all the layers and mats on the photos and behind the photos and everything that I want to use. Now I'm going to bring in the puffy sticker sheet, and this one I decided to pull off quite a few stickers. I only actually end up using 3 of them though. But here I have this big one that says the magic is in you. And I just thought that was perfect because my kids are getting older, their cousin is older, that they're starting to realize these things like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny aren't real. I mean, that just happens with age, right? So the magic of the Easter egg hunt and the holiday and everything is in the kids, and it's just fun for them, and they still love it even though they're growing up. Here I am adding a few different flowers from the sticker sheet. So in the junior add-on kit, I believe we got the sticker sheet. And this is from the All Heart Crate Paper collection. And this collection was really amazing. I wasn't quite sure how much I would like it, but in the end, I really love it. I did put down a sticker there on that photo of Jonas. There was just so much going on in that corner that wasn't important that I thought covering it up would kind of bring your eye to the photo of, the actual part of the photo that I want you to look at, which is Jonas and the eggs. So I just used that flower and then the word favorite. And now here I'm going to bring in another scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to add that to both of the photos. I'm going to just cut it down here in a second. There we go. And I'm going to add it behind each of the photos in one of the corners. And I just really love how this turns out. When I end up layering, I have so much fun and I love it. But I'm always nervous before I start because I'm like, okay, am I going to totally screw this up? Now here I'm trying to figure out if I want to add another layer down there, bring in a pop of black. I decide against it, and I'm glad that I did because I end up putting my title down there, and I think if I had put that pop of black down there, yes, it would have drawn your eye to the title, but at the same time I think it kind of would have been too much because there's not much black going on in the layout. Here I am adding some tiny staples with my tiny attacher. I've been actually remembering to use this tiny attacher more lately, and it makes me so excited because I never usually remember to use it. And so I am loving adding it to photo mats and to journaling cards and things like that lately. Okay, now I'm going to start gluing down the photos and just getting all the embellishments down. I really don't do more than what you see here. I'm adding a couple more staples, and then I'm going to add my title in a little bit. Now I'm going to add some of these Chamel Sparkle City enamel shapes. I think I just used the enamel dots, and I'm going to put 1 or 2 in quite a few different places around the layout, adding them to the clusters and to the photos and everything. And I really like the pop of glitter that those add to the layout. Okay, now I think I'm going to move on to the title. I'm kind of tidying up my desk here because it was driving me a little bit insane. And here I'm going to spell out the word all. And the title I'm going to use is All the Eggs. And at first I was thinking I was going to just put it over top of the 2 photos, but I don't really like how it blends into that top photo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it down to that left side of that bottom photo, and that works out so much better. But because the L's that I have are both capital, I think, capital L's. And so I do end up cutting them down to be lowercase l's so that they kind of go along with the word eggs, which all of the letters in eggs besides the E are lowercase. So that kind of just works out. So what I do is I just cut off the little lip that makes the L, the capital L. And that, I think, is pretty much it for this layout. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you head on over to the Clique Kits shop. If you didn't already know, they are going to be closing down the Kit Club, which makes me so sad. But make sure if you want to grab anything from the shop, you do it now, and you pick up that June kit as soon as you can. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great and wonderful scrappy day. Bye!